Welcome back to Irene is in the Details. Today I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for my tablescape and a couple little recipes to help bring a little whimsy into your Easter. So this is the start of our Easter table and I'm going to finish it up, add the little details. First I got this grass table runner. Not only will it center the centerpiece, but it will add like extra protective of the table for the pots because I'm using real plants. And yesterday I potted all these plants. I got some lettuce and some strawberries and some little moss. And then of course, any kind of bulb flower you want to do. And I also got some little Chinese cabbages and just plant them around how you want. To add some additional color, I'm just gonna cut some fresh tulips and put them in this watering can. You could use a vase or any springtime vessel you have. And I'm putting them in there to kind of look like somebody just freshly cut them and set them in there. Okay. Now let's put it on the table. Now I'm gonna add some of our chicken's eggs. It's a little hard to tell, but our chickens lay light blue eggs. So I thought it would be pretty. And I also might get some quail eggs and boil them and then dye them a light blue-green color and put them on here as well. So this is like a little garden-inspired tablescape, like the bunnies are running through the garden, knocking over the pots. And then since we love our chickens so much, I found this chocolate chicken and her eggs at Cost Plus World Market. We're just gonna put the chocolate eggs in this nest. We're gonna put the little chicken in this nest. And then in these baskets right here, I'm gonna put some chocolate, candy covered chocolate eggs. And then on the other side of the table, I'm gonna put some peanut butter eggs. I got the tulips and the daffodils at Trader Joe's, but I also saw they had them for very inexpensive at Target as well. But these are peony tulips, so they will be very full, open up, and they'll kind of look like peonies. And then the rest of the plants I just got at Armstrong's. I'm gonna add some dry moss to the top of the tulips. It will retain the water and it just looks really finished and pretty. And you can get this moss at like any craft store, or also Armstrong's has it. And I do think these little extra steps make a big difference in the look. I'm putting out these honeycomb plates. They're handcrafted by DBO Home. Check out their website if you're interested. So now I'm taking little white egg cups and I put some grass in there, artificial of course. And then I took lint little bunnies and I unwrapped them because I think it looks so much cuter, just the chocolate. I'm just gonna put them in each egg cup. It's gonna be at each person's place setting. I normally keep our place settings pretty simple. Now I'm going to show you how to make deviled eggs that look like little chickies. I took large eggs and I boiled them for 10 minutes and let them cool. And then I peeled them. Now what you're going to do is cut them vertically, not horizontally. And then you want to take the yolk out. We're just going to do 3 today just to show you. If you did want to make this ahead, I would just do it the day before. Peel all the eggs, cut them, and then you can make the filling. And then the day of, put the filling in the eggs and then make the little chicky faces. You can even do just some of them like this. With a fork, you just want to mash up the yolks. And then now I just put mayonnaise and pepper. But you could make them however you normally make your eggs. I just wouldn't put relish or anything like that because it'll make the chickies look kind of weird. And to be honest, this is all by eye. And I mix it until it's the consistency I want. That's how I determine. I want it like fluffy. Almost there. You can feel it be like thick or really like light and whippy. And since these are chicks, I'm probably going to add a tiny little bit of food coloring. Or you could add mustard. It would make it more yellow. I just am very picky about my double dicks and I don't like any other flavors in it. Now I'm going to put this in a piping bag to pipe it. Then you just push and mound it up a little so because it's a chickie. We're going to make the beaks and the eyes for the chickie. Peel the carrot and I'm going to slice it pretty thin. And I'm just going to make a little triangle. So for the eyes, I have a black olive and there's 2 ways of doing it. One is I'm using a little piping tip and I broke the olive and I'm making sure to do the inside first and you just push through it. And then you have a perfect round eye. If you don't want to go through all that hassle, cut the olive up into tiny little pieces and then just use that for the eye. That's what I did with this one right here. This one has the round circles, this one has the chopped up pieces. And then I took the thinly sliced carrot and I just cut it into little triangles. And there's a little beak. Lastly, I'm going to make my family's favorite Easter egg shaped sugar cookies. You need 1 cup of butter that's been softened. Heat it up just a tiny bit. And then I'm adding 1 3/4 cups of powdered sugar. Makes the cookie very tender. I think that's why everybody really likes it. And you want to beat this until it's like really incorporated and smooth. It takes a couple minutes. So this is what it should look like when it's ready to add more things. So the next thing I'm going to do is add the zest of 1 lemon. You want to make sure you're just getting the yellow and not the white. The white will make it bitter. And then to this, I'm going to add 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and then I need to squeeze some juice from the lemon. I need 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to mix this until it's completely combined. I'm going to scrape the sides again. So at this point, the dough is going to look almost like it's curdled, but that's fine. That's how it's supposed to look. And then now we're going to add 2.5 cups of flour and 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Start slow. I turn it on and off so the flour doesn't get everywhere. And you want to do this just until like everything's incorporated. You don't want to mix it too much. I'm going to scrape it down one time. Once you put flour in, the less you mix it, the more tender the cookie will be. This is definitely a softer dough, which makes it a little bit hard to work with. Now what we're going to do is divide this dough in half and put it in plastic wrap and let it sit in the in the fridge for a couple hours or overnight. Got one of the discs of dough out of the fridge, and I'm gonna dust a parchment paper with some flour. And this dough is, I'm not gonna lie, very temperamental because it's soft, but it tastes so good. You deal with it. So I don't recommend doing any complicated shapes. Even eggs are sometimes hard. So don't expect them to be perfect. We're just gonna roll it out to about 1/4 of an inch thick. Luckily right now the dough is cold enough that it's coming right off, but sometimes as it gets warmer it gets definitely trickier. So we're going to try to move kind of fast. And then with the second dough, you just do the exact same thing until you've cut out all your cookies. So you could reshape and roll out your dough twice. And then after that, whatever's left, you just throw out. Because it's going to not be tender anymore if you keep rolling it. And give them some room on the cookie sheet to spread out. Want to bake at 325 or 300 if you're using convection oven. They're supposed to cook for 12 to 15 minutes. I am going to check them at 10. It's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to check the cookies. And they look done to me. I will not keep them in any longer. They're just lightly brown. And then we're gonna let it cool for a couple minutes. We'll transfer them to a cooling rack. Just be gentle. It should come off fairly easy. Now we're gonna make it's not really a frosting, it's what we paint the eggs with. So it's just 1 cup of heavy cream. To that, I'm adding a little more than a tablespoon of powdered sugar. And then I'm just whisking this together. So this is almost like a watercolor effect to the eggs. And your kids could help you with this. And then I pour it into 6 little bowls. You can do whatever you want. It's just how many colors you want. I just do every color of the rainbow pretty much. So I use the liquid and I try to make it a little more pastel-y, but some colors need more than others because they'll be kind of light. Okay, now that they're all mixed, we're going to take paintbrushes that we have just for cooking, and we're going to paint on some designs and let them dry. So I also have some paper towels because you're going to want to wipe your brush, and I also have a water to clean the brush in between colors. I normally do polka dots. I do like a traditional like Easter egg, and then I do like squiggly lines. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.